this is leading on from this question of, so do you know what I do? And I was just briefly running through just now what qualifications I've got, in other words, what sort of piece of paper I've got that has led me to have formal certifications that mean I can use titles, if you like, for the work that I do. But that still doesn't really tell you much about we're getting closer, so do you know what I do? Because you can start putting all of those things into boxes. But most people just go and do one major training. So they might train as a physiotherapist and stay as a physiotherapist for the rest of their days and then add in a bit of coaching. Or it might be that they train as a psychotherapist and hypnotherapist and add in more to do with that. But no, I've gone off and I've enjoyed myself, having loads and loads of training over the years and really exploring in depth, which is why I call myself a connoisseur. Because as a connoisseur, I know things in depth, I know this whole field in depth. And the field that I know in depth is this whole area of the biopsychosocial to do with health and well-being. So when people come to see me, what kind of people will come to me? So let's give them, and on my Born to Move website, it does give a list. What the people who come to me have in common is that they all pay. That's blunt. Obviously, the catastrophic injury case management that I put in place, people don't pay for that. That's something that's a service. But when people come to see me, they pay. So they're investing in their own health. They are people who have a very big interest in wanting to get rid of this problem. They want to tackle the problem, they want to get it into perspective with the rest of their life, and they will bring to me medical terms. And I'm quite familiar with those medical terms because I've been a physiotherapist for many years and I've done advanced training so that if need be I can refer people for x-rays, MRI scans, etc, etc. I work very closely with local GPs, consultants. So if someone comes to see me and I'm in any way, shape or form concerned that they need some form of further investigation, I can also suggest that they go through the NHS. And you know, that's part and parcel of the whole thing. When somebody comes in the first time, regardless of whether they're coming for advice, if they're coming for lessons or whatever it might be, they fill in forms. They fill in forms which give me in-depth, confidential, stored confidentially, data all about themselves. And the kind of medical terms, I've got a list here, so I'm going to read it out. Pain. Pain is a big one. Pain, physical pain, and, emotional pain, upset. But physical pain is a big one. We can therefore just talk about all the different areas that people can have pain. Back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, phantom limb pain, what we call CRPS, regional pain syndrome, central sensitization issues, carpal tunnel, RSI, repetitive strain injury, overuse problems, tendinitis, tendinosis. I see people after they've had surgery and before surgery. So a lot of the clients that I work with, I work with them for years. I'm their first port of call. In other words, they give me a call because they've got a problem. I bump into them, they phone me up again because they're going to have surgery, and they come in to get prepared for the surgery to get a good result. And they might be going in for decompressions, reconstructions, joint replacement, resurfacing of joints, and that's all types of joints, hip replacements, knee replacements, any small removal of parts of tissue from around a joint which is causing impingement. As I say, soft tissue reconstruction where they're repairing muscles, and they are having to go through a process like anterior cruciate repairs, posterior cruciate repairs, meniscectomy surgery, washouts, etc. So all of those joint things where they go in and have orthopedic surgery done, back surgery, spinal surgery. I see a lot of people who don't want to have surgery. And they just come along, and we do, and I've written a couple of articles on this, we work to get them to as good a point as they can get to so that they can have a choice, so that they can decide if I'm at this point and the surgeon says, if I'm 80% and the surgeon says, well, you know, we'll be lucky if we get you to about 90, they can make a decision, because 10% gain for some people is huge, other people it's not so big. So I work with people before and after surgery, and that kind of surgery can also be brain tumour surgery, so not so good stuff. Sometimes that's cancer. I work with people with chronic problems such as fibromyalgia, ME, fatigue problems. I work with people who have arthritis, and what I mean by that is wear and tear in joints, who come to me because they've got problems. They've got maybe problems with headaches, and I've been told it's due to their bone problems, etc. But again, it's the pain problem that I'm working with. I also work with people who come in with a lot of stress, depression and anxiety because of the hypnopsychotherapy side of things. Post-traumatic stress, at whatever level it might be. And what else have I left out? Oh yes, acquired brain injury, neurological problems. People who have neurological problems that are either as a direct result of a trauma or a bleed or a clot in the brain, or who might have a progressive neurological problem, something like Parkinsons, MS, some sorts of neuropathies. So really I work with a massive spectrum of different issues, amputations. The reason that I can do all of this is because I've spent 40 years working in rehabilitation, and I've worked in so many different environments with the work that I do. So when someone comes to me, they might bring that label, but of course what I'm doing is I'm working with them. That person who's unique, sitting in front of me in the space, with their unique life, with their unique set of problems, with their family, with their money, with their work, with all of the things that they want to achieve and get back to, despite the fact that they've got this constraint. So I don't work with the diagnosis. So when somebody phones me up and they ask a question and they say something along the lines of, oh, do you work with people who've had this? Then I have to take a step back and say to myself, well, yes, I do, but I actually work with the people. So when people come to me, it's a relationship. They might not get on with me. They might not like me when they come in the door. They might think, oh, I don't like her. I don't want to work with her. Well, that's okay, because there'll be somebody else that they get on with really well. So I work with people very much with them. They are unique. Everyone is unique. So but they do bring their medical history with them, and that's all part of the assessment when they come in. We spend a long time going through a really thorough assessment, a really in-depth narrative of what the whole thing is that's going on, and what we can do to work to actually improve where the person is at. I don't think I've left out any things, but you know, there are going to be itises and androsyntheses and all sorts of various things, and I'm not sure that I mentioned cancer. I work with people a lot of people have cancer, and I work with people who've had cancer, their body is no longer cancering and they want to get back to doing what they did before. I work with people who've had awful viruses that have just laid them low completely, and they want to get back to what they were doing before, and that's it. So I don't know if this helps, but this is just giving a bit of background, and maybe you can sit down and go, oh yeah, I'm one of those. Oh, and I also work with people, not with medical problems, but I work with people who come because they are interested in performing better. So they might have a slight pain or some sort of limitation, but actually it's the function that they can't achieve. So they might be getting discomfort, but actually what's happening is their balance is gone completely. They can't walk any distance. But I'll talk about those things in a minute, because those start to go into the reasons that people come rather than the medical problems. Hope this helps. Take care.